And welcome to the Metrodome. Dick Bramer, Bert Blylev. I just noticed a bad ball game for the Twins. We both show up in black suits.
After that game last night. Don't know.
Well, the Twins had a tough ball game last night, and unfortunately that's been kind of the norm as of late.
Well, you know what? We all know, if you're a Twins fan, that you want the Twins to win every ball game. But you know what? You go through times throughout the year that you're going to run into cycles. Well, this has been a bad cycle for the Minnesota Twins pitching staff. They have scored enough runs to win a lot of ball games, but the staff has been giving up way too many runs. And hopefully the buck stops here, and Francisco Liriano can put some zeros on the board.
And that'll be the challenge for the Twins, to get a quality start from Liriano, from anybody at this point. It just happens to be Liriano tonight.
Well, Francisco has major league stuff, and I heard Jim Souhan in the pregame talking about just get the ball over the plate. That has been a problem for Liriano. He has gone 6 innings or less in his last 4 starts, and that's not bad, but you see the high ERA at 6.23. He can do a lot better. Remember back on July 4th against the Detroit Tigers, 7 very good innings for Liriano with 8 strikeouts. The Twins ended up winning that ball game 4-3. When he trusts his stuff over the plate, he has major league stuff. It's just a matter of him getting ahead in the count. Don't fall behind, because he has to come in with that fastball.
Starting tonight, the Twins have 50 games left in the regular season. It's very simple. 50 games left in the regular season, so the Twins hope that the last 50 will be their best 50. And throughout the game tonight, we'll have a special tribute to a very worthwhile organization, an organization that does so much good in the Twin Cities area. We'll be celebrating the Boys and Girls Clubs tonight as well.
By your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or visit northlandford.com and drive one. And by Home Furniture. There's no place like home.
As the Twins and Royals play game 2 tonight, those fans in the blue shirts, they're not Royals fans. They are members of the Twin Cities Boys and Girls Club. Welcome back to the Metrodome. I'm Marnie Gellner. And tonight we have much more than a baseball game to bring you. Throughout our telecast here on Fox Sports North, we will be celebrating and honoring that great organization of Boys and Girls Clubs. There are more than 500 kids here tonight. There are 17,000 kids who go to Boys and Girls Clubs in the Twin Cities, 7 inner city locations, and it is such a positive place for kids. And for your contributions, you can go to Boys and boysandgirls.org. Click on the How You Can Help section or call 612-435-1900. Twins right fielder Michael Goodire is a huge supporter of Boys and Girls Clubs, and yesterday I asked him about that relationship.
A long way down the left field line. A mammoth three-run home run for Michael Goodire.
I know you do a lot of community service and you try to give of yourself a lot, but the Boys and Girls Club has been a charity right at the top of your list. Why have you been drawn to Boys and Girls Club?
Every child needs an opportunity. I was fortunate enough to have many opportunities growing up. My parents provided me with a very comforting life where if I needed something, I had it. Or if I needed an opportunity, I had it. If I wanted to go to a camp, a clinic, any type of sporting event, I was able to go. I understand that not everybody in the world is as fortunate as I was growing up, but I still believe every child needs an opportunity, and Boys and Girls Club does an unbelievable job providing that opportunity to the children that are less fortunate.
You have a big event coming up now at the end of the month. Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a great event. This year it's at Restaurant Max and at the Hotel Minneapolis, and you know, my teammates I'm fortunate to have great teammates, and they come and serve food and pour wine and pour drinks, and you know, it's just a good time. I go around, and I guess because we're hosting the event, I get out of the serving. I go around and do magic tricks and just talk with everybody that comes and participates. So it's just a fun event. We have a live auction, a silent auction as well, and it's just a blast. I mean, it really is. And you don't have to raise money to be a contributor to the Boys and Girls Club. You can volunteer. You can do whatever you need to do just to help these kids and their opportunity. And that's what this event is for, to raise money, raise awareness, and hopefully people will come and help.
I know that you have met a lot of these kids that are in Boys and Girls Clubs during your time that you've been active with the organization. How have you been inspired by some of these kids and by some of their stories?
Seeing what they go through, the struggles that they have to deal with day in and day out, and to still put a smile on your face. It makes it a heck of a lot easier to come here to the Metrodome and put on a big league uniform and smile all the time. I mean, there's not a day that goes by where I don't try and smile, because you know, you see the kids and you see the enjoyment that they have in their faces, knowing what they go home to, most of them, and to still be able to smile and still be able to enjoy life, you can't help but smile yourself.
Such a great event Michael Goodire puts on. His Celebrity Waiter event is coming up August 30th to help benefit Boys and Girls Clubs. It's at Restaurant Max in downtown Minneapolis. The number to call if you'd like to make a reservation is 612-340-0303. And we invite you to join us tonight as we pay tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs. We can't forget about baseball. We have the Twins and the Royals in Game 2 tonight here from the Metrodome.
All kids love to play games. So tonight we celebrate the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities with a bunch of big boys playing a kid's game. Every little leaguer once dreamed of becoming a big leaguer.
I want to go deep like Morneau.
Drilled to right. Gone to right.
I want to throw it today.
3-1. He'll try for second. Goodire with a quick release. Relay to second. Right on the bag. He threw it out.
I want to get dirty like Nick Punto.
And he is in with a hit for slide. From little kids to big kids, we'll have all the bases covered for you tonight on Fox Sports North. And Michael Goodire, who has his big event at Restaurant Max coming up in just a little bit, later this month, will be in right field for the Twins. We've just been alerted of a lineup change. We'll tell you about that in a little bit. For the Twins defensively, here's the Kansas City batting order. David DeJesus, followed by Willie Bloomquist. Billy Butler, Miguel Olivo with a good night at the plate last night. Alberto Callaspo, Mark Teahan, Mitch Meyer, Yuneski Betancourt, and then Josh Anderson.
And let's take a look at the Boys and Girls Club scouting report on Francisco Lariano, making his 22nd start of the year. What the Twins need is quality innings. They don't need just innings. They need zeros on the board. Now, he has struggled with the command of his fastball. That's the key for Lariano here tonight. This is his first start against the Royals this season.
And David DeJesus will lead things off against Liriano. The ball game last night, for those of you who might have missed it or at least missed the beginning of it, it started off on the wrong foot and it deteriorated from there. DeJesus singled, and by innings end the Royals had a 4-0 start before the Twins even got to the plate. This one pulled foul, been a long way, but it's 0-2.
Well, every ball club, usually the first couple guys are the table setters. Those are the guys you want to keep off the bases. And DeJesus last night, 3 for 4, hitting .419 against the Twins this year. So he's doing a very good job. This is the 8th game between these two ball clubs.
2 strikes. And a check swing on the slider. It's 1-2. Liriano looking for win number 5 on the season. And a strikeout starts his night.
Good changeup right there. Liriano with a good fastball. Just get ahead, exactly like he did right there to DeJesus. Get ahead in the count. He can add that slider, which he missed, and then he can pull the string. And then right there, that good downward break on that changeup. And DeJesus, a strikeout victim. So a good start for Liriano.
1 gone, and here's Willie Bloomquist. And Bloomquist takes a strike. Bloomquist getting the start at second base. Callaspo was there last night. Callaspo moving over to third. 1-1.
Yeah, Bloomquist coming over from the Seattle Mariners in his first season with the Kansas City Royals. Good utility type player.
And another foul down the right field line. 1-2.
When he was with Seattle, we saw him in the outfield here tonight, starting at second base. Spent 7 years with the Mariners. And signed a 2-year contract with the Royals over the winter.
Fastball moving him in off the plate.
Now, Liriano has no problem with that fastball inside because of where he pitches on that pitching rubber. Getting in on right-handers a lot easier than trying to work down and away like that. That changeup missing low.
Now for the fans at home and this fan up here, you wonder how easy is it for a pitcher when things aren't going well to change something, whether it's the location of the pitching rubber, slight tweaking of mechanics.
Well, that's one thing I'm surprised that really Liriano hasn't worked more off the first base side of the pitching rubber, but it all becomes a comfort zone for an individual pitcher. Liriano likes working off the third base side of the rubber.
Pounded foul. Rick Anderson has tried to tweak the mechanics a little bit. The comfort level, especially when, say, there's a couple guys on base and 2 outs, and all of us tend to go back to doing what we're most comfortable with rather than what we're uncomfortable with.
Well, the biggest thing for Liriano is that right shoulder. That's the biggest thing because he has a tendency to fly open very quickly, and then he drags that arm. That's why he went through the Tommy John surgery. But if he can keep that right shoulder in as long as possible, and then that arm, it's a little bit easier to throw the ball on the outer half of the plate. But if your right shoulder flies open, it's hard to hit that play on the other side of the plate with that fastball.
Long battle here with Bloomquist. Another 3-2 pitch. And it's hit a long way to left. And Bloomquist has put the Royals up 1-0.
That's why, again, that pitch down and away is so important because hitters are going to try to look in and quicken up their swing. Exactly what Bloomquist did. His 4th home run of the year, and the Royals take a 1-0 lead. Say it again, Ted Williams, every pitch down and away would have hit about 220, 230, and that ball right there left about belt high, inner half of the plate, and Bloomquist a line drive home run.
So 1 run so far here in the first. Here's Butler, and he takes outside ball 1.
Let's take a look at this delivery of Liriano right here. Watch the right shoulder. You see how it kind of That's not bad right there, but opening up a little bit quicker, and then how quick you, as a hitter, you can see that ball.
Ooh. Most of the bat ends up at the feet of Joe Creedy, and it's 1-1.
Deception is part of pitching. And if you can try to keep that shoulder in as long as possible, and then all of a sudden here comes the ball, that hitter doesn't see the ball right away. Here a ball inside, and Butler, the ball going foul, but the barrel of the bat going out to Joe Creedy. And he feels it and throws it over to first for the second out.
1-1 to Butler. And now 2-1.
See, to me, I work away. I try to establish away. Right now, Joe Mauer's calling everything inner half. Another fastball. Inside.
Sails outside and he gets a swing and a miss.
Okay, he tried to go in, but he had something on it, and it ended up away, and you saw the swing of Butler right there.
And you're talking about,
take stuff over location anytime. Okay, Joe can only suggest. Another fastball in, and let it go.
At the knee.
Got a good one there.
2 down. Take a look at the Twins defense, and there's been a change in the infield. We'll find out more about that later. Young, Span, and Kadire in the outfield, with Young swinging a hot bat. A late addition, not Joe Creedy. He was in the original starting lineup. Punto in for KCA, and the rest of the lineup as posted by Ron Gardenhire hours ago. If we find out what the reason was for the switch, KCA to the bench, Punto in the lineup, we'll let you know. Here's Olivo.
Well, let's take a look at the strikeout right here of Butler. Good fastball down in the strike zone, just freezes a very hot hitter right now in Billy Butler.
And now Morneau tracking a little pop-up near the railing. And he makes the catch to end the inning. A Bloomquist home run on a 3-2 pitch. And the first lead goes to the Royals again tonight. Denard Span, Orlando Cabrera, Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, Jason Kubel, Michael Kadire, Joe Creedy, Delman Young with a pair of home runs to center field in the last 2 games. And then we were told now Nick Punto was in the original starting lineup. It was just a typo. KCA was never intended to be in the starting lineup that we were issued. So no change as much as a correction.
Let's take a look at the Boys and Girls Club scatter report on Brian Bannister, making his 22nd start, just like Lariano, his 3rd this season against the Twins. He's had success against the Twins, and he's a pitcher that likes to pitch to all 4 corners of the plate. He's not afraid to pitch inside, And he also works with that good sinking fastball away to left-handers.
First pitch misses to Denard Span. He shows bunt and takes ball 2. When we've seen Bannister, he strikes me as being a pitcher by the definition of the word. Somebody who will take a little bit off velocity-wise and hit his spots. We've seen him be very, very good at times.
Well, he came up in a baseball father. You know, Floyd Bannister, a left-handed pitcher. He won 134 games at the major league level, and I'm sure they talked many times about pitching. 15 seasons at the major league level, Floyd Bannister was.
3-1 to Span. And we've seen Span do this so many times. Just take 5 pitches and have a full count in his first at bat of a game.
Well, what that allows is everybody else on the bench to keep an eye on Bannister. What is he featuring tonight? Well, he's fallen behind in the count. Made it 3-2.
And Span with a liner, backhanded by the shortstop Betancourt. A slicing liner. And Betancourt picked it right off the rug, 1 away. The Royals defense, David DeJesus in left, Mitch Meyer in center, Josh Anderson in right, Mark Teahan, a utility player for the Royals, gets first base. Bloomquist, Betancourt up the middle, Callaspo over at third, and Olivo catching again for the Kansas City Royals. And a lot of the young fans here, members of the Twin Cities boys and girls clubs.
Well, we welcome all the clubs here tonight.
Orlando Cabrera begins this at bat with a 20-game hitting streak. He takes strike 1 against Bannister. And now strike 2. Cabrera as a Twin has hit .350. 14 hits, 4 doubles, a triple, a home run in 40 at bats. He's driven in 6 and scored 7. Chopper now in front of Callaspo, and an easy play for out number 2. In short, he's been everything the Twins could have hoped for to this point. He's also stabilized things in the middle of the infield.
Yeah, he really has. His experience at the major league level, the different clubs that he's played on, his communication with Gomez and Casilla and Laharas and Liriano, I think will pay off as the season keeps going.
Joe Mauer with a good day at the plate last night. A difficult day behind the plate. Catching again tonight. Entering the game with the .369 batting average, 8 points ahead of his closest pursuer, Ichiro Suzuki, at .361. Mauer 4 for 6 this year against Bannister. And a strike to even the count.
Bannister making his 9th career start against the Twins. He has 3 wins, 2 losses. Very good, 3.29 earned run average against the Twins in his first 8 starts.
1-2. And the Royals were the talk of baseball in the opening weeks of the season. They had the best pitcher in the league at that time, might still be, Zach Greinke, Bannister, Gil Mesh. And they had an intriguing rotation that figured to give teams a lot of trouble. Here's Mauer with a sharp single to left. Getting it past a diving Callaspo for a 2-out single here in the first.
Boy, he's such a good hitter right there. He waited back on that curveball and it worked the outer half of the plate. And instead of trying to turn it over, maybe hit a ground ball to second, Joe Mauer on the breaking ball just takes it the other way. Callaspo at third base, playing about even with the bag, a little bit back a little bit. Dove for the ball, but the ball scooted underneath him.
So Mauer at first, and here's Morneau.
Justin 8 for 22 against Bannister with a couple home runs.
And he takes low, ball 1. Twins had a string of 9 straight games in excess of 30,000 fans coming into tonight. They might have eclipsed the 30,000 mark again here tonight. We'll see.
Well, you saw the shift right there that the Royals put on when Morneau was at the plate.
2-0 to Morneau. They don't have anybody there. A sharp single to center off the bat of Morneau, and Mauer and Morneau with 2 out hits, and they are both aboard now for Kubel.
He took a little off that pitch right there, and Justin lining it right back up the middle. Look at the eyes right there and the concentration of Justin. That ball hit quickly to center field. Meyer, and he gets it back in.
Now Kubel, then Kadire, each with 19 home runs, and I've got a call. One of these 2 guys is going to get number 20 tonight. That's kind of a call.
You can't have kind of a call. Is it a call or not?
It's a call. Okay. Either Jason Kubel or Michael Kadire is going to hit a home run.
So that's a call.
All right. This would be a good spot for one here with a couple of men aboard. See which one of the Twins can be the next player with 20 home runs. 1 and 1. The Twins already have Morneau with 28, Mauer with 20, Kubel and Kadire with 19 apiece. Creedy with 14. If he can stay healthy, he might have a shot at 20 this year as well. Inside, and it's 2-1. Red Sox have an early lead on the Tigers, 3-0 in the 4th. Boston is continuing to do the Twins favors by beating the first place team. The Twins need to start taking advantage. 2-1 to Kubel. And now 3-1. Bannister 7 and 8. But an ERA of under 4. And then you realize the team he's playing for isn't very good. So his season looks a lot better when you put it under the microscope.
He's allowed 11 home runs.
Base hit to center. And Mauer will score the tying run. Morneau with a big turn at second. He'll hold up 3 straight singles by the 3 straight left-handed batters.
Oh, good at bat right there for Kubel because he didn't try to do too much. Bannister fell behind an account. He had to try to throw a strike, and Kubel, like Morneau, took it right back up the middle. And the second base umpire, Jim Reynolds, just get out of the way. Watch out. Almost put his head right in that line drive.
Sinking liner that kept following his head.
Kubel picking up RBI number 63 on the year.
Well, here's Kadire, and all the left-handed batters have hit the ball very sharply here in this first inning against Bannister. Foul back. Remember, Span started the inning with a slicing liner backhanded by Betancourt. Cabrera was retired on a little chopper, but Mauer, Morneau, Kubel have all hit line drives.
Kadire 5 for 13 over his meetings with Bannister with a home run.
1 strike to Kadire. That's to right. Down for a hit. Morneau around third. He's coming in. Here's the throw home, cut off by Tien. 4 straight hits and a 2-1 Twins lead.
Well, right off the end of the bat, but hit softly in front of Anderson in right field. So Kadire an RBI base hit. He picks up RBI number 757 on the year. Just taking the pitch the other way. Good soft swing right there.
Bob McClure to the mound to talk to Bannister and Olivo. She's enjoying this Twins 2-out rally.
Need some more cotton candy.
So it started with a Mauer opposite field single. Singles have followed from Morneau, Kubel, and Kadire, and now here's Creedy.
Well, Bannister coming off an outing his last start against the Oakland A's. He worked 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, all earned. Ended up losing that ball game 9-4.
And a strike on the inside corner. You know, Roy Smalley was pointing out last night that when Nick Blackburn was struggling early on, Kansas City hitters were all going to the opposite field. Similarly, what's happened here in this first inning, everybody except Cabrera has either hit the ball up the middle or to the opposite field to hit the ball hard.
Well, Bannister's not going to strike you out on an overpowering fastball, so they're waiting back nicely, looking for that pitch.
Deep to left field.
Do that.
Creedy cranks one out. With 2 outs in the inning.
Home run number 15 on the year for Joe Creedy. His second career hit against Bannister and his second home run against Bannister. Fastball didn't get in far enough. Oliva wanted it in more. And the ball over the left field fence for a big 3-run home run. And it was the Royals last night that took a big lead early. And here tonight, the Twins have a 5-1 lead.
Delman Young takes a curveball for a strike. And swings at the next curveball. So Bannister having the type of inning that Nick Blackburn had last night.
And for Joe Creedy, his first home run since July 11th when he hit 2 here against the Chicago White Sox.
And Young strikes out on 3 pitches, but between outs 2 and 3, 5 hits and 5 runs for the Twins. So the Twins enjoying a 4-run lead thanks to a 5-run first inning, and now Liriano, who can use any boost in confidence he can get right now, has seen his lineup give him 5 runs.
Well, we saw it from Kyle Davies last night for the Royals. The Twins gave an early lead, and you know what? He was able to go 5 innings. They threw a lot of pitches, but he was the guy that came in struggling. So hopefully with the big 4-run lead right now, Liriano can attack the strike zone even more.
It really seemed to be the case last night with Davies, didn't it? The Royals kept adding on runs, and it almost seemed like in every half inning his tempo was quicker, his command was greater. Popped up, and Mauer back to watch it disappear behind the net.
You know what? In the pregame, I talked about that game in 1987 when we played Kansas City, and Royals had won the first 2 ball games, and I came back on short rest. And they had that great play between Gaetti, Newman, and then he threw that ball home to Laudner to get Willie Wilson out at home plate. And I got out of that inning without any runs. And then the Twins scored 5 runs thanks to 3 home runs. And that kind of set the pace for me the rest of the ball game. I went 9 innings, gave up only 5 hits, and we won that ball game 8-1. So I remember that well because I looked it up today.
I remembered it well because I broadcast that game, and that was one of the Best games I ever broadcast. That was just a thrill because it was the last home game of that season.
Yep.
You guys clinched a tie that day, and then you clinched the division the next day.
Well, it was the Royals and the Oakland A's were the two clubs that were kind of closing in on us in 1987.
And now Liriano walks the lead off.
See, that's almost a sin right there. Liriano, he cannot do that right there. You have to keep attacking.
Tonight we're paying tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. The Boys and Girls Clubs are a safe place to grow and learn, all while having fun. They're truly positive places for kids, and to make a donation to the Boys and Girls Clubs, call 612-435-1900 or visit www.boysandgirls.org and click on the How You Can Help section, and your donations will go to a great cause. Tap foul. Just one other note about that series. The importance of that game that you pitched was the specter of 1984, the shadow of 1984 was still looming large over this organization. And Kansas City did win the first two games, and the feeling was that Sunday afternoon was almost a must-win because you guys had to go out on the road as the bunch did in '84.
We didn't play very good on the road. We knew all that.
You won the one you had to win.
Right.
Out there, the Twins get the lead man with Punto flipping to Cabrera.
Yeah, Joe Niekro started that ball game, and I remember we won that ball game, and then we lost the next 5, but we didn't care. We didn't care. We were in postseason.
Mitch Meyer, the hitter, with 1 out and 1 on. So Liriano getting a weak ground ball for the first out after the leadoff walk, and now he'll pitch to Meyer. Royals not timid about having a lot of left-handed batters in there against Liriano. Nice dig by Mauer. Alex Gordon sitting on the bench. Mike Jacobs on the bench. Liriano giving up a .262 average to lefties and a .283 average to righties. Hook foul. 1-1. Meyer getting a chance to play in center field. So much of what Kansas City put together on paper in the wintertime just blew up in their face with Coco Crisp out with shoulder surgery and is done for the year.
Well, Meyer, a guy that's a #1 pick for the Royals back in 2003 out of the University of Toledo. You know, he goes down to the minor leagues. He's been up and down the last 3 seasons. He puts up some pretty good numbers at the minor league level, but they would like to see if he can do it here at the major league level.
And that's the one plus. The injury to Coco Crisp will allow Meyer to get some more playing time, and then when the Royals replan things in the winter, they'll have a better assessment as to what Meyer's capabilities are. 1-2. Got him. Singed the outside corner with a fastball, 2 down.
And strikeout number 3 for Liriano.
And some rather famous major league players have been graduates, I guess, of the Boys and Girls Club. Joe Morgan, a Hall of Famer. Dan Herron. Lou Piniella growing up down in the Tampa area.
And Brooksy. Frank Thomas, yeah. One of the best honors I had is when I was out in California. I was inducted into the Boys and Girls Club Hall of Fame in Garden Grove, where I grew up. So that was very nice.
And then too, Eddie Guardado, I know, did a national commercial for the Boys and Girls Club, and he too was a graduate of the Boys and Girls Clubs in the Bay Area. 1 strike to Betancourt. 3 strikeouts for Liriano, a home run and a walk allowed, and the runner goes, and the pitch flipped foul, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Tien getting a great jump right there off of Liriano. Betancourt fouled it off. Liriano has 6 pickoffs so far this year, but you saw the great jump by Tien, trying to get in the scoring position with 2 outs. Tien does have 6 stolen bases in 6 attempts.
And time call. Tien's evolved into kind of a super utility player. He was in the infield. Now he's been mixed into the outfield a little bit, still playing some infield. Great block by Maurer. That ball landed 3 feet in front of the plate. It looked like Joe took it right in the sternum.
Well, you know a breaking ball's coming because he called a breaking ball. You're hoping that it's down and in, but this ball landing right by home plate, actually in front of home plate. And Joe utilizing that chest protector to deaden the ball.
One and two. And second strikeout of the inning. Fourth of the game. And the Twins, who are an inning and a half, have a 5-1 lead. In every community, an increasing number of children are at home with no adult care or supervision. Boys and Girls Clubs offer programs and services to promote and enhance the development of boys and girls. Here's Marty Gellner.
Very, very nice. Yeah, it's a great program, that Boys and Girls Club.
Nick Punto takes ball one as the Twins start their at-bats in the second inning.
You know, when I retired, Dick, I went to work for the Crystal Cathedral, Dr. Schuler, and I started a sports ministry there. And there's a a ground ball right there to Bloomquist for the first out. And growing up in Southern California, we could stay on the school grounds and participate in after-school sports. And what I started was through the church is I brought the Boys and Girls Club to the schools in Garden Grove. And I started with one program, and now it is in every school in Garden Grove.
Oh, that's awesome.
The Boys and Girls Club, a lot of kids can't get to the Boys and Girls Club, so they come to the schools for after school, and that's what I started. And that's why I was put into their Hall of Fame.
Span again showing bunt, and Olivo took the brunt of that pitch in the dirt.
You know, as Marty said, there's so many kids left unattended because of single families and all the other problems that the kids sometimes run into. And this allows them to stay in a safe environment. And Boys and Girls Club are a fantastic organization.
Span lifts it foul, 1-1. Twins with 5 runs up on the board after 2 were out. The bases were empty. It didn't look like the inning was going to go anywhere, but it sure did.
See, they're having a good time.
Span bounces one into the hole. Betancourt with a great play, but Span will get an infield hit. So with Span the man aboard, here is Denard Span with some important season ticket information.
Remember, baseball is an outdoor sport. Get your lower level season ticket plans now for as little as $380 per plan and guarantee your place in the sun at Target Field in 2010. Thanks for your support.
I wonder where he'll spend more time at Target Field, whether it'll be in left field, center field, or right field. He's played the ball here this year.
He's a very, very good athlete. He could have been a pitcher, Denard Span.
He's that good?
Oh, he's almost that good.
This one hit to right. Anderson retreats to make the catch, and Cabrera retired out number 2. Did such a great job last year in right field. He's had exposure in all 3 fields.
Oh, there's left field right there, and then right field. Remember when he thought he was Spider-Man? And right there in center field, making a great catch.
And he's managed to hit about 300 this year. And it'll be interesting to see when he does find a home in the outfield, and it might be as soon as next year, when he finds one position to play, whether that might not positively impact his offense. You know, to hit 300 when you don't know from one inning to the next where you're going to play in the field, it's got to be a challenge. And so as good a player as he is offensively, it might be that when he gets one position to play, he'll be an even better offensive player.
I don't think that really matters to Denard Span as long as he's in a lineup. He'll play anywhere.
1-0 to Mauer. Span goes, and from his knees, Olivo throws it on a bounce. A stolen base for Denard Span, and Betancourt might have gotten spiked.
A stolen base number 18 on the year for Denard. He got a very good jump off of Bannister. See him take off right there. And Olivo, who has an outstanding arm.
Ooh.
And Denard Span on his way up. He got the knee of Betancourt. Looks like he's all right.
So now Span in scoring position with 2 out for Mauer. And Bannister comes inside with a fastball to get a called strike.
That's where you kind of want to get Joe Mauer. You want to try to make him pull the ball, because in his first at bat he threw a breaking ball away and Joe slapped it past the diving Piaspo at third base. See if Olivo goes back inside again.
See, we're blessed to sit up here at home in the most parts on the road too, and we get to see a pretty good angle as to where teams pitch Joe. The teams that have had success against him to get him into a little bit of a rut are the teams that come inside and pitch to him.
Well, I always watch the catcher. You know, where does the catcher go? You know, what are they trying to do in that particular at-bat? Because it changes from at-bat to at-bat. Right now, he's throwing the last 2 fastballs inside.
And from directly behind the pitching rubber and behind second base, here's the 2-2 pitch.
Great angle.
Came inside and he fouled it back.
You know what? He was going to come inside. That ball left out over the plate. Now I think Olivo's and Bannister are going to talk about that. If you're going to go in, get it in there. If you're going to miss, don't miss out over the plate. He got away with a pitch right there.
I guess I've never understood the teams that regularly sit on the outside half of the plate for Joe when he is so good at hitting the ball with authority to the opposite field.
Well, watch Olivo right now. Now, if they go back inside again, he's not even going to give him a sign. And a good sinker down and away. So he went in, then sinker away. Bannister picks up his second strikeout.
Brought to you by Explore Minnesota. You can visit exploreminnesota.com. Plan your next Minnesota vacation today. You're looking at Underwater Adventures Aquarium at the Mall of America in Bloomington. It contains 1.2 million gallons of water, over 4,500 living sea creatures, including sharks, stingrays, sea turtles, and moray eels. Josh Anderson leads off the Kansas City third. Strike one from Francisco Liriano. And a tapper to Morneau. He'll make the play himself. One away.
Well, that's what you need right there. 2 pitches, 1 quick out.
All right, first time through the order. Grade me on Liriano's performance.
So far, so good. Only the leadoff walk of Callaspo in the second inning. Really the hiccup. And then, of course, that ball he left to Bloomquist that he hit the solo home run. But the Twins came back in the bottom of the first and put 5 on the board. So since that home run, I think he's been outstanding.
Here's DeJesus, struck out to start the ball game.
He's attacking the strike zone. Every 2 pitches have been a strike. 24 strikes, 12 balls.
Inside ball 1. Liriano left the team on the last road trip to come home and tend to a personal matter. Everything is okay, we're happy to report. And he can focus on the task at hand, which is to pitch the Twins deep into the ball game here tonight.
Good changeup right there to even the count. Liriano, 25 years old, of course, had the Tommy John surgery in November of 2006. Missed all of the 2007 season. Good slider right there.
Liriano making his first start this year against Kansas City.
Over his career, this is his 5th start against the Royals. He's 2 wins and 2 losses against the Royals. 0-1 here at the Metrodome.
Slider got him. Another strikeout, 2 away.
Strikeout number 5.
Tomorrow is Dairy Queen's Miracle Treat Day, and Mac Guerrero has more info.
Fox Sports North and the Minnesota Twins encourage you to visit any participating Dairy Queen location on Thursday, August 13th. For Miracle Treat Day. For every Blizzard treat purchased, $1 will be donated to Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare. Visit www.miracletreatday.com for a list of participating locations.
And strike 1 to Willie Bloomquist.
Let's take a look at that good, nasty slider right here, where Liriano picks up his 5th strikeout. Ball just kept moving away, hitting Mauer's glove, down and away.
One and one.
Say happy 93rd birthday to Gordy Deacom. Gordy, happy 91st or 93rd birthday.
And a very special lady downstairs celebrating her birthday tonight, Peggy Imhoff, who has the unenviable task of taking care of sportscasters, sports writers.
Sid Hartman.
Sid Hartman. That's a full-time job in and of itself. Peggy celebrating her birthday tonight. 2-2 to Bloomquist, who hit a 3-2 pitch over the wall and left. There's Peg. Happy birthday, sweetheart.
I've circled you, but it's too quick.
Soft liner. Cabrera has it, and Liriano has his first 1-2-3 inning. Baseball tonight, we're paying tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. The Boys and Girls Clubs are a safe place to grow and learn, all while having fun. A positive place for kids. Morneau has his hopper fielded by Bannister, and he's quickly retired to start the third. So one away, and that'll bring up Jason Kubel.
Now, were you involved with the Boys and Girls Club?
It's a wonderful organization, but they're in metropolitan areas. I grew up in the outstate area, and there really wasn't any facility or organization like that.
Were there churches that opened up there?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So I know every place can't have a Boys and Girls Club, and there's so many other great organizations out there that keep the kids off the streets.
Here's Jason Kubel, hit a line drive single that tied the game at 1 in the first inning. The Twins scored 4 more runs afterwards. Boston's piling it on Detroit now. It's 7-1 Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th. Up the line, foul. So
I want to watch that Philly game right now. Philadelphia up 4-1 over the Cubs. Pedro Martinez making his first start of the year for the Phillies. And Jamie Moyer, at 46 years old, is out in the bullpen, and he's upset about it. I think if you're 46 years old, you just should be happy playing Major League Baseball.
3-1 to Kubel. Bounce to the right side, a 2-hopper to tee it. Bannister covers, 2 down. On August 30th, Michael Gadier is hosting his celebrity waiter event to benefit the Boys and Girls Club. For your chance to win 2 tickets, text CLUB to 464-329. It'll be my pleasure again to MC that event. Michael is just a wonderful host for that event. The food is fantastic, a lot of great silent auction items. But Michael goes from table to table doing magic tricks. And
unbelievable magic tricks.
He's got some great card tricks and other things that he can do. It's just very entertaining evening. 1-1 to Gadier, who dropped a single into right field to give the Twins a 2-1 lead in the first. Greedy followed with a 3-run homer, and that's why we are where we are.
I was told, Grandma, you are here by Circle. Come on. Having a nice little beer. Good for you.
Well, here comes another one. Oh.
Keep Grandma happy.
Tap foul by Gadier, 2-2. Bannister coming over from the Mets for a relief pitcher a few years ago. And the Mets, given all the injuries that they've had, might have been one they wish they could reel back in. The hope was coming into the year that the Royal lineup would be enough and the starting pitching would be strong enough that where the teams wouldn't want to play the Royals in a 3-game series, with the notion of facing Greinke, Mesh, Bannister, Davies. Two and 2. Bannister to Gadier. Down the middle of strike. So Bannister's recovered from a 5-run first inning. It's still 5-1.
Girls Club of Twin Cities. You should go to Boys and Girls Club because it's really interesting and you get to do lots of sports. We get to have snacks, food, and stuff.
And the Twins and Royals doing all their scoring in the first inning. Joe Creedy with a 3-run home run, and Liriano with 3 pretty good innings so far. In the hole, Cabrera comes up firing. Got him! Butler retired on a great play by Orlando Cabrera.
Well, Butler, you know, the only thing about him is he's not going to get down that line like a speedster, but he hits his ball. Cabrera leaps up and utilizing the turf, getting it over to Justin. What a great defensive play by Orlando Cabrera.
So 1 down quickly here in the 4th, and Olivo will hit. First time he's hit 4th in the Kansas City lineup this year. Took a few years for shortstops to catch on after the advent of artificial turf. Davey Concepcion was the first guy to practice this quite a bit, skipping the throw on purpose, right? They say with the Cincinnati Reds. Now here's a pop-up, and Delman Young calls for it. 2 down.
Yeah, a lot of the National League parks had that type of turf. I know when I was over there, Tim Foley would do the same thing, utilize that turf if he had a ball in the deep part of the infield like Cabrera did right there.
AstroTurf, what, first in the Astrodome in '66, right? I think. And then it seemed like within a couple of years, people on the left side of the diamond realized you're always going to get a good hop, and it's actually a safer throw over there to throw it over on the one hop.
Get it on one hop, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 hops wasn't good. 2-0 to Callaspo, who walked leading off the second. Popped up left side, and Cabrera pointing up. Delman Young, right about where I caught a pop fly last night.
Yeah, right.
Makes the catch. 6-pitch inning.
Yeah, but he caught it the first time.
And the Twins have a 5-1 lead. Positive place for kids to learn and grow.
I am the greatest by Cassius Clay.
And now here he is, the famous Yankee Clipper himself, Joltin' Joe DiMaggio.
Life has taught me to just try and be the best that I can be. And I thank the Academy for saying to me that on this given night, I was the best that I could be.
And tonight we're paying tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. The Boys and Girls Clubs are a safe place to grow and learn, all while having fun. They are truly a positive place for kids. And to make a donation to the Boys and Girls Clubs, call 612-435-1900 or visit www.boysandgirls.org and click on the How You Can Help section, and your donations will go to a great cause. Joe Creedy will lead things off in the bottom of the 4th. Well, here's last night. Now, you were running the machine, which your intent was to get me to run all over the place.
Now, I'm going to see which ones they show you right here. What happened? What happened?
I lost that one.
There it is. Stay with it. Stay with it.
You know, it was a really good experience out there on the field, because I did get to experience the ball actually disappearing at the top of its flight. It is a challenge. So Joe Creedy at the plate. He takes ball 1. We're happy to have Aaron Carlin with us, the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. Aaron, thanks for being with us on a special night for those of us here in Twins Television paying tribute to your great organization.
Oh, thank you for having us and having the kids as well. It's really an exciting time for them to be able to be on the field. It's
yeah,
great.
and the Twins are leading. Creedy with another base hit. They may be invited back, you know, the way things are going.
We're the lucky charm.
Aaron, let's talk a little bit about your organization, the mission of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities.
We're there to help kids develop into strong, competent, capable adults. We serve ages 6 to 18. They join for $5 a year, and if they don't have $5, we scholarship them in and they work that off.
How long has the Boys and Girls Club been in existence?
We've kind of got a mixed history because we're both in St. Paul and Minneapolis. We started in St. Paul about 60 years ago and in Minneapolis about 40 years ago.
And it's grown to such a huge organization. I was stunned to find out that you're touching the lives of 17,000 young people, people with 7 different branches within the Twin Cities, right?
That's absolutely right. Plus we have a environmental camp located in Mound, Minnesota, where kids right now are enjoying summer residential camp. So they leave on Monday, come back on Friday, and enjoy a whole week out in camp and country and swimming.
And that's an exposure to activities that they otherwise simply wouldn't have, right?
Exactly. I don't believe that many of them would have the opportunity to go to camp.
I think what I'd like to do is have you make a tribute to, here's a ball right here, right in left center. Nobody's going to catch this one off the bat of Delman Young as it bounces over for a ground rule double. So Delman Young continuing to show some power right there. Joe Creedy having to stop at third base. But all the volunteers and all the workforce that create a good Boys and Girls Club.
We have approximately 30 full-time staff and about a total of 80 staff with our part-time staff, and that really doesn't cover what we need to do to help 17,000 kids. We have many volunteers that come in and help with tutoring, coaching, working with kids on a daily, weekly, monthly basis or for special events. So we do rely on the community to come in and help us.
Nick Punto at the plate, 2 men in scoring position, and the infield drawn in, the first pitch on the outside corner. Well, I know Fox Sports North and the Twins have both been very instrumental in the organization of this night, but also in supporting the Boys and Girls Clubs on a year-round basis.
Absolutely. They have been fabulous, and the opportunity for kids just to come to the game. We have about 140 kids in the stands tonight that we're so excited to come. In addition to that, once a year they provide us with a wonderful scholarship for an outstanding youth to be able to head off to college or post-high school to advance themselves. And that comes through the Timberwolves, the Twins, the Vikings, the Wild. They've all joined together to provide the home team scholarship fund, which is a great opportunity for a youth.
Nice block by Olivo, and it's 1-2. I want to ask you specifically about an event coming up, Michael Kadyr's Celebrity Waiter event, talking with Justin Morneau. He says he's back on board as the bartender again this year.
Very exciting. Better get your tickets now. It's going to be a great event. We're sure to sell out fast, so if anybody's interested, be sure to give the Boys and Girls Club a call to buy a ticket.
1-2 to Punto. Nobody out here. The Twins threatening to expand their lead, and Punto pitch up around the shoulders, and he fouls it back. Dick Bramer, Bert Blynovan, joined by Aaron Carlin, the president and CEO of the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities.
Aaron, how long have you been involved with the Boys and Girls Club?
About 15 years now.
And what made you want to get involved with them?
Well, when I started with the clubs, there was a young man that I got to know personally. That was such an amazing 16-year-old, and unfortunately that summer he was murdered in gang violence. And that was about a month after I'd started with the Boys and Girls Club, and after that I never looked back. I can't imagine working for any other organization. We do such great work with kids and have an opportunity to change their lives.
I was involved with the Boys and Girls Club growing up in Southern California. Again, when I retired, I tried to put that Boys and Girls Club theme back into the schools, and that's what they run now, where kids that cannot go to the Boys and Girls Club actually can stay after school and participate, and a lot of the Boys and Girls Club volunteers. That's why I asked you about the volunteers. They come and they help these kids not only sports-wise but also education-wise too. And a lot of the teachers also stay after school to help out these kids.
We're located in Olson Middle School, Henry High School.
Great.
We're also helping at Humboldt High School, so we definitely work with the school districts, both in St. Paul and Minneapolis, to help our kids.
Spann takes ball 2. A couple of important runners out there for the Twins. As we said last night, the Royals kept adding runs over the course of the game, and the Twins have a great chance to do that here in the 4th inning. Creedy at third, Young at second. Infield still drawn in for the Spann at bat, and the count's 2-0. First base open and Cabrera on deck. Well, Aaron, and we've given the website and the phone numbers and all that for people who want to learn more about the Boys and Girls Club, where can you direct them?
They can give us a call at our number, which is 612-435-1900, and we'll certainly give them answers to any questions they have, including which club is in their area to volunteer at.
There's the website. Aaron, thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it, and we'll continue to do what we can to raise awareness about the Boys and Girls Club.
Oh, thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks to Fox
Great
Sports.
organization.
Thank you.
3-1 to Denard Spann. Twins trying to take advantage of the leadoff walk and follow-up double. Spann has hit a liner to the shortstop in his first at-bat, then he singled to left and stole second. 3-1. That's to left. DeJesus is there. Creedy doesn't run well, but DeJesus doesn't throw well. Right. So it's a sacrifice fly, and Twins at least have one here in the 4th.
Oh, good job right there by Spann. Got to pitch up just to get that ball airborne. Punto had a tough time getting it in the air. Hit that ground ball for an out. But Spann picking up an RBI, his 43rd of the year. And the Twins know they are going to run on DeJesus out in left field.
And now Young at second with 2 away, and here's Cabrera. 0 for 2 on the night, hoping to extend his hitting streak to 21 games. Outside, ball 1. Cabrera with a bouncer to third in the first, and then a fly ball to right in the second. There's the hit. 21 games for Orlando Cabrera. Young will score, and it's 7-0. 7-1, excuse me.
Well, the Twins do want to keep adding on, and Cabrera right there keeping that hitting streak alive. Picks up his 48th RBI on his 28th double. Got to pitch up and just went with it. Why, this guy's such a good hitter. Look at him weight back right there. Even though the lower part of his body had committed, he kept those hands back and then kind of just quickly hit that ball down that first baseline. Tian had no chance of getting that ball. Young scoring the second run of the inning. And the Twins do take a 7-1 lead.
And now Bauer. Delman Young driving the ball hard to center field again tonight. Homers to center field in each of the last 2 games, and a ground rule double to center in the middle of this inning. Bauer takes ball 1. Bauer with a single with 2 outs in the first inning. And we didn't think so much of it at the time, but then right afterwards, single home run, and the Twins had a 5 spot that they gift wrapped for Francisco Liriano. And now it's a 7-1 lead. 1-1. And remember when Nomar Garciaparra was winning batting championships for the Red Sox, and the people who followed the Red Sox on a daily basis said that Garciaparra almost always seemed to get the barrel of the bat on the ball. And you think of Joe, how many times does he hit it right off the end of the bat or up around the handle? It doesn't happen very often. He almost always gets the barrel of the bat on. Here he taps one to the first baseman, Tien, and that'll end the inning. But the Twins get 3 hits and another run. 2 more runs, actually, and they lead it 7-1. Sports North is brought to you by Quest. Get free 2 gigs online backup service with Quest high-speed internet. By Grand Casino Mille Lacs and Grand Casino Hinckley. Expect grand. And by Chrysler. From power and efficiency to innovation and style, it's the way our vehicles come together that sets us apart. Chrysler. Well, Francisco Liriano's been on the other side of games like this. 74 pitches for Brian Bannister through 4 innings, and Liriano's just delivered his 52nd pitch. And he's got a 6-run lead.
The early run support maybe settling Liriano down, and he's doing a great job attacking the strike zone right now. 54 pitches, 37 for strikes for Liriano. Joe Crady, 2 very good at bats. A big 3-run home run in that 5-run first inning, and then started that 4th inning with a base hit, and then later scored.
1 and 2. Now, Twins fans have been teased before. They've seen Liriano have 4 good innings before, and then have everything, slip out of his grasp, seemingly in the middle innings.
Well, let's hope it doesn't happen here.
He gets Tien on a strikeout.
That's strikeout number 6. Well, Liriano started this ball game off with a strikeout of David DeJesus. Did give up the home run to Bloomquist. Got Butler right there for his 2nd strikeout in the 1st inning. Hitting DeJesus again for strikeout number 5 in the 3rd.
Hook foul. And Mitch Meyer has a strike.
The game of baseball is funny because, you can stink for a long time, and really Liriano hasn't really pitched up to his capabilities, what a lot of people feel. But you know what? There's 50 games left.
Right.
And these starters are going to have maybe 10 starts left. So you want to make the most out of these next 10 starts. And that's the way you have to look at it. He cannot do anything about coming in with a 4-11 record and an ERA at 5.6. But he can improve on that.
1 and 2.
That man's put a lot of time in with Francisco Liriano, try to get him to stay focused in on that glove.
And the left-handers in particular seem to have a pretty tough time against Liriano in that slider tonight.
That's a nasty, hard-breaking slider.
Series wraps up with a noon start tomorrow, and it's a Treasure Island Senior Day. Fans 55 and older can get $5 off any lower reserved or upper club ticket. Treasure Island Senior Day tickets must be purchased at the ballpark on the day of the game. So come out tomorrow and join us at the ballpark and see the Twins win the series. need to take care of business here tonight. Gil Mesh will go for the Kansas City Royals, just coming off a disabled list. The Royals have to make a roster move to allow that to happen. And Carl Pavano will be making his home Twins debut. 2-0 to Bettencourt. Fly ball left field in the park. Young retreating. And another good inning for Francisco Liriano. 5 innings pitched, just 1 run and 1 hit allowed. Nice to see some smiles in the home dugout at the Metrodome with Marnie Gellner, Bert Blyleven, Dick Kramer here at the Dome. Game 2 between the Twins and the Royals. And as last night's game was all Kansas City, this one's been all Minnesota. Justin Morneau will lead off the 5th against Brian Bannister. Taking ball 1, now ball 2. Morneau with a single back in the first inning, and then he hit a one hopper back to the mound, fielded by Bannister. That's to center. And Meyer over to catch out number 1. Now bring up Jason Pugel. Hey, what'd you make of the suspensions today? The brawl last night in Major League Baseball meeting out its justice the very next day. Rick Porcello getting 5 games and Kevin Youkilis getting 5 games.
It'll hurt the Boston Red Sox more than it will, the Detroit Tigers. I think Porcello, he should probably get like 10 days. I think a pitcher should get more than an everyday player, because Porcello's just going to miss 1 day. His rotation.
They're going to juggle his rotation here the rest of the way anyway to kind of protect him. He's a young kid, 20 years old. But I've never understood that. Why you give pitchers 5 days when the most it's going to do is push their start back 1 day. Toward the hole, fielded by Bloomquist.
Wow,
Good play with Bloomquist ending up near the right field corner for out number 2. Let's find Marnie Gellner.
Dick and Bert, I'm back up in section 213 with Taloria from Boys and Girls Club. She's 13 years old. Taloria, tell me what Boys and Girls Club has meant to you in your life.
The Boys and Girls Club has actually meant a lot to me because it's a positive place where I can just be myself and hang out. And yeah, I'm part of some of the clubs there. I'm part of Keystone, and basically it's just a leadership group. There's a young one called Torch Club. I was also a part of that. And I'm part of a girls group every now and then. So
man, you're busy.
Yeah.
And tell Dick and Bert what you did here at the Metrodome about 5 minutes ago. I started the wave. She started the wave, and she was very proud of that. Way to go, Taloria.
Yes.
They teach you that at the Boys and Girls Clubs.
How to start a wave.
Here's a fly to center field. Retreating is Meyer. And Bannister makes the catch. Bannister has his first 1-2-3 inning since the third.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, watching her first major league game. She catches a lot of the games, she said, on TV. And also a big Joe Nathan fan.
Not Kenyon, Minnesota, but Kenya.
Kenya.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, Josh Anderson will lead off the 6th inning for Kansas City. Francisco Liriano's retired 12 men in a row. Now here's a bunt fielded by Morneau, and he slaps the tag out of one away.
Well, Anderson trying to utilize his speed right there. If he bunts that ball a little bit more toward the infield side, probably has an infield base hit. But a good reaction by Justin because of that. Justin playing about even with the bag, able to get it and then tag out Anderson for the first out. So another one pitch out right here for Liriano. He's retired 13 straight now.
And he has struck out David DeJesus twice, and he'll face DeJesus here with one quick out in the 6th. Strike. DeJesus has gone down swinging, missing the slider in each case. One and one.
Well, sometimes as a player and a pitcher, you're in a zone, and Liriano's in a very good zone right now. Attacking the strike zone, trusting his stuff, and believe me, what has helped is the 5 runs in the bottom of the 1st, and then 2 more in the 4th. 1 walk for Liriano, 7 strikeouts. He's retired 13 straight Royals.
And that one will bleed into right field. Ground ball single. First hit since Bloomquist's 1-out home run in the 1st inning. And just the 2nd hit overall for Kansas City. Now the Twins are home Saturday, mid-afternoon game, and the first 5,000 fans 18 and older will receive a card wallet courtesy of Spire Federal Credit Union. Twins in Cleveland in one of the final 5 Saturday games at the Dome, and you can get tickets by calling 800-33-TWINS or log on to twinsbaseball.com. Bloomquist has the home run. He also hit a soft line drive to Cabrera his 2nd time up, and Liriano nails the inside corner. Twins Giants in great position to trim Detroit's lead to 4 games. They've got a comfortable lead here, 6 runs. Red Sox have a 6-run lead on Detroit in the 8th inning. Check swing, 1-1. White Sox getting underway in just a little while. About a half hour from now at Safeco Field. Game 3 with the Mariners.
Having a great time at the ballpark.
With the concessions, it looked like. Fouled away. Amazing how much national attention this game has drawn here. Game 2 between the Twins and the Royals. There's a drive to right field and Kadire over there. You know, ordinarily say Kansas City, Minnesota, how big could it be? I drove in today and the Goodyear blimp was suspended over the Twin Cities because of this game, I presume.
Yeah. We're looking down at the top of the dome right now.
Might be because of the PGA golf tournament, but 2 down. Here's Billy Butler. Butler thought he had a hit. I thought he had a hit. He hit a ground ball toward the hole, toward left field, and Cabrera, sliding to his knees as he was fielding the ball, popped up and threw him out at first. Ball 1. You are always talking about trying to stay positive, and as a pitcher, you got to trust your stuff and be confident out there. It's tough, though, I would imagine, if you're Liriano, to build up any confidence when you're struggling to get batters out. Confidence is born out of success, and he's had some here tonight. So this, in addition to perhaps being his 5th win of the year, Twins are hopeful that he can build from this and build his confidence from this.
It's like a hitter going 0 for 20. You know, does he lose his confidence? Does he believe he can't hit anymore? No, he just keeps trying, and that's what you try as a pitcher. You rely on your force around you. You rely on your teammates to keep pumping you up. That, hey, just keep busting your tail end, keep working hard in between starts, and attack the strike zone, and that's what Liriano has done here tonight. Hopefully good things will come your way. That's all you can do. Again, Liriano cannot worry about his last start or his last 10 starts. He needs to worry about right now, and that's Billy Butler.
2-1.
Good hard breaking ball right there, and Butler swinging over the top.
Two and 2. And the bouncer wide of third. Royals appear headed for A, another losing season, and then B, another last place finish. Cleveland pretty much salary dump, got rid of a lot of their better players, but then they started playing better baseball. Only one team in baseball that has fewer wins than the Twins. That's the Washington Nationals, or than the Royals. That's the Washington Nationals. And Liriano rears back and blows him away with a fastball. 6 nearly spotless innings tonight for Francisco Liriano.
Brothers Boys Girls Club, and I'm 13. I don't want to go anywhere else after school. It's just better there. You know, you meet a lot. It's more kids there. You know, they have guidance groups just like Keystone, and it's, you know, in a fun environment to be in. But I think the club, you know, has helped me, you know, have something actually, you know, worth doing.
Very nice.
And tonight we're paying tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. A safe place to grow and learn. A truly positive place for kids. And to make a donation to the Boys and Girls Clubs, call 612-435-1900 or visit www.boysandgirls.org and click on the How You Can Help section. Joe Grady has helped his own cause and the Twins here with a 3-run home run in the first inning and then a leadoff single and a run scored in the fourth. 2-0. 3-0. Bannister has had 3 neat and tidy innings and a couple of messy ones. A 5-run first and a 2-run 3-hit fourth. 3-1.
Bannister with 3 strikeouts, no walks so far in the ball game. And there's his first walk.
Saturday afternoons were made for baseball. The Twins are on your TV Saturday afternoon. Middle game of 3 between the Twins and the Cleveland Indians. Fox Saturday baseball beginning at 3 p.m. on Fox. You doing the game on Saturday?
Doing the game, yes, with Dick Stockton. Looking forward to it.
Bouncer to third. Wicked hop fielded by Callaspo. The ball dropped at second, and they're calling him out. Here comes Ron Gardenhire. Second base umpire Jim Reynolds waited and then said that Bloomquist did have possession of the ball.
This is such a tough call for a second base umpire because was it in the exchange? The ball kind of short hopped Callaspo at third base, and Bloomquist went over. And we'll take another look at it right here. And right there, he catches the ball, and in the exchange, I don't think he ever had control of it. That's what Ron Gardenhire is saying right there. Did he have control of the ball? And you can see that it did not even get in his glove.
Carlos Gomez is going to run for Delman Young. So Gardy made his point, stayed in the game. And Gomez is at first with 1 out in the 6th. Here's Punto, a couple of ground balls to second. And Bannister shaves the outside corner. Earlier, Span stole second base on the Kansas City battery.
Yeah, Gomez second on the club in stolen bases with 10 stolen bases in 15 attempts.
Check swing, 1-1. Olivo, far and away the best Kansas City catcher in throwing out runners. And we saw him try to throw out Span in the second inning from his knees. John Buck has had a terrible time over the last couple of years throwing out runners. So the Twins are still perceived as a team that does a lot of running and has some speed and likes to steal bases. That's certainly less true this year than recent years. But Olivo had a good day at the plate last night as the better catcher Brian Pena, also a catcher on the team right now.
Well, and you say why? It's mainly because Gomez and KCA and Punto just have had a tough time getting on.
It's a chopper to second, might be a double play. And it is to end the inning. So 3-man bat. Bannister gets through the 6. He's down by a bunch. Worthington, Minnesota, part of Worthington, Minnesota here. Down in the southwestern part of the state.
There you go. You are hereby circled. So I was talking to Anthony LaPanta about our post game. I guess I'm going to be throwing some curveballs to some guys.
Well, I picked a good night to be in the instructional last night because I don't think I'd want any part of your curveball tonight.
You wouldn't get my curveball. You get my fastball up and in.
There's one in. Ball 1 to Miguel Olivo. Span moving to left field. Gomez staying in the game, taking over in center. We'll see how far Liriano can ride this thing out here. Here's a bouncer to third. Backhanded by Creedy. Low throw dug out by Morneau.
Nice pick right there by Justin.
One down in the 7th. And the game summary with the Twins jumping early on Kansas City.
Well, Willie Bloomquist put the Royals up 1-0 on his 4th home run of the year, but then the Twins with 2 outs added 5 hits, highlighted by a 3-run home run off the bat of Joe Creedy to give the Twins a 5-1 lead. And Liriano's kind of taken it from there. At one point, he retired 13 straight. Has 8 strikeouts in a ball game so far with 1 walk.
19 outs on 80 pitches. And the count 1-1 to Callaspo. 1 3-ball count for Liriano, and that came leading off the 2nd when he ended up walking Callaspo. And Cabrera won't have a play, and it'll drop in no man's land.
Well, let's take a look at Liriano at some of his nasty, filthy stuff tonight. I mean, watch this slider. My goodness. Wow. Down and in. And then especially the ones to left-handers. That ball just keeps spinning away like a buzzsaw right there. Look at that thing. 8 strikeouts for Liriano. That was filthy, nasty.
Here's Martin. Ground ball to second, reached on a fielder's choice, struck out on the 5th.
This is part of the season that these pitchers need to go a little bit deeper into the ball game too. They you know, Liriano hopefully get through this one, maybe go out for the 8th inning. Pitch count very good. Keep attacking the strike zone.
24 batters faced, and first pitch strikes to 16 of them. 1-1. That's to center. And Gomez comes in to make a catch. Kind of ran and crouched at the same time like he was trying to keep the ball out of the lights. 2 down. Meyer to the plate. You can follow the Twins on your iPhone or iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009, featuring play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit twinsbaseball.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase. Here's Meyer. And he checks his swing and takes ball 1.
Liriano's been able to strike him out a couple times.
One and one. Two and one. 8-2 now. Boston in the bottom of the 8th. Just wide of the plate. 3 and 1.
Now watch Joe Mauer right here. He should not move much at all. Going to be a fastball. You don't want to walk Meyer.
Make him hit center.
Yep, got a man there.
Gomez back.
Good job.
And the inning. 7 very good innings for Francisco Liriano. He's given up just 3 hits here tonight. Throughout the telecast tonight, we're paying tribute to the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Twin Cities. And one of their major initiatives is a partnership with the Minnesota Twins to help revive baseball in the inner cities. And Marty Gellner has more.
A lot of memories are made on the baseball field. The Twins want to make sure that never changes.
When you talk to the kids, they live for baseball, you know, at the clubs, and softball at the clubs. That's, I mean, during the summer, that's, you know, they go to the clubs and they do a lot of things, but if they're playing baseball and softball, ultimately that's why they go. They want to be able to grab the glove and go out.
Major League Baseball partners with Boys and Girls Clubs in the RBI program, which stands for Reviving Baseball in Inner Cities. It stresses self-esteem and academics and helps ensure all kids can play ball.
So we get with the Boys and Girls Clubs and make sure that they have everything they need, the resources, the money, the equipment, the coaches, to get these kids involved in baseball and softball, get them out of doing things that might get them in trouble, and ultimately make them baseball fans or softball fans for life.
Here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, more than 6,000 kids are part of the RBI program. Boys and Girls Club members not only get baseball instruction, but also help with their homework, positive sportsmanship, and life lessons as well.
If baseball and softball was what brings them to the clubs and gets them involved in doing other things, that's a tremendous thing for the Twins to be a part of.
And it's a way to make sure there are plenty more memories to be made on the baseball field.
Game. Some of the boys and girls here, thanks to the Boys and Girls Club, leading the crowd here at the Metrodome and take me out to the ball game.
That RBI program run through the Boys and Girls Club, an outstanding program.
You know, it's
keep our kids safe.
It's an initiative throughout baseball with Francisco Liriano having a chat with Rick Anderson after 7 very good innings. And it looks like his night will be done.
Well, 91 pitches. I'd like Liriano to maybe go one more right there, build up that arm. Matt Guerrero starting to warm up maybe for the 8th. So Liriano, his night is done. But what a great night it has been for Liriano. Early run support, and he carried it right through 7 innings.
John Bale, the new Kansas City pitcher, in relief of Brian Bannister.
Well, the numbers on Bale making his 33rd third relief appearance.
And a fastball on the outside corner. Strike one to Span. A single, a line out, and a sacrifice fly. Another productive night at the plate for Denard Span.
He'll give you that sidearm type delivery right from there.
Span, Cabrera, and Mauer. Span waiting on the off-speed pitch and fouling it back 1-2. Saw Bruce Chen and Ron Mayhay last night, the other two lefties in the Kansas City pen. Fastball on the outside corner. Span slaps his bat after striking out to start the seventh. And that'll bring up Cabrera.
Kind of went over the top right there and hit the outer half of the plate.
Cabrera drove a double into the right field corner, driving in a run in the fourth. He's 1 for 3 and extended his hitting streak in the process to 21 games. Strike one. Inside, 2-1. Ron Gardner and I are saying this afternoon that Cabrera has been so valuable up the middle. Great bat control. There's a fly to center field, and Meyer drifts over to make the catch out number 2.
Well, he's a true professional. He comes to the ballpark every day to expect the play. And that's one thing he told Ron Gardner when he got here. I want to play every day. And he has so far. Now on a 21-game hitting streak.
Beyond the numbers, just some energy, too, that he seems to bring at a time when energy is needed with this ball club. Here's Mac Guerrero continuing to warm up, and Joe Mauer at the plate. Mauer with a single and a run scored in 3 trips. Strike one. Right-hander going tomorrow, so a pretty good bet that Mauer would be in the lineup as a designated hitter, but then also a pretty good bet that Jason Kubel will take a glove and find an outfield spot, probably a left field. Here's the batting average race now in the American League with Ichiro Suzuki and the Mariners about ready to get underway in Seattle. Right back to Bale. And he has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning. Brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. By Dodge. Live strong, live bold, live now. Dodge. Grab life. And by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. Yeah, Rick Anderson has seen Francisco Liriano give him 7 very good innings, and now they turn it over to the bullpen, starting with Matt Guerrero.
Well, Matt making his 56th relief appearance. He has 22 holes on the year. He last worked in Detroit on Sunday, where he gave up a couple of runs in that 8-7 loss to the Tigers. Matt has done an outstanding job in this role right here.
And he hits the inside corner, 1-1. Betancourt, Anderson, and DeJesus lined up to face him, and Guerrero picks it right off his kneecap. 1 away. Wow. Could have been painful and disastrous. If you want to learn the basics of baseball, you can stay tuned to the Quest Twins Live postgame show. Bert and Roy break down the technique. Ron Coomer, I believe, is going to be doing this. The techniques and strategies of the game. And in tonight's postgame instruction, we'll look at the Blyleven curveball against baseball amateurs.
Yeah, 58-year-old. The old 58-year-old curveball. That'll be interesting to see if I can still get it over. But some Wild announcers are going to be here. Some an analyst, and also some Wolves. Terhart and Greenlay will be here from the Wild.
I'll bet you
Hendrickson will be here.
I bet you Mike Greenlay can do okay, but I don't think Dan Terhart has a chance against you. 1-1 to Josh Anderson.
And Mike McCullough will be here. So 4 of them. I need some more strikeouts.
Foul ball. And I think they got home plate umpire James Hoy. Top of the 9th now at Fenway Park with the Red Sox comfortably in front. Chopped up the line, foul. One and 2. Josh Anderson. And now 2-2. If the Twins finish this game off, they'll even their season series with the Kansas City Royals at 4 apiece. How about Jeff Manship? Got the call last night that he's going to the big leagues. He flies to the Twin Cities, gets here just in time for the team picture. Hasn't pitched yet for the Twins, but he made it onto the team picture.
Yep. He's warming up right now. He may get the 9th inning. It will be his major league debut. This is a very good curveball.
3-2. Guerrero to Anderson. And another foul.
You know, since Manship has such a good curveball that I saw in the scouting report, maybe after the ballgame he'll just stay out here and he can throw the curveballs to all these analysts.
Well, I don't know. You're going to need any warm-up time to...
yeah, about a half hour.
Half hour. And another bouncer foul. When's the last time you threw a curveball?
In fantasy camp.
That was back in January.
That was in January.
Your arm's going to fall off.
I should have a lot of them left. I haven't thrown one in a long time.
3-2. And another foul.
Anderson giving Matt Guerrero a battle right here.
Another 3-2 pitch from Guerrero. Great stop by Punto. And Morneau can't quite dig it out of the dirt. Fantastic stop by Punto on a throw up the line, and Morneau couldn't make the play. And then he was lucky his hand wasn't stepped on.
Great play right there by Nick Punto, diving to his right. Watch this play right here, out of nowhere, diving, and then from his knees, flipping it and going on the outfield side. And watch out, Anderson almost stepping on Justin. Justin doing his best imitation of Kent Hrbek.
Hrbek, what do you call it, the couch potato play with Gaetti throwing
but
across.
the stadium didn't rock.
Runner at first, one away, and here's DeJesus.
Anderson will get an infield base hit on that, only the 4th hit for the Royals.
Fastball cuts the plate in half, strike one. Well, the Twins made it. 30,105 the paid attendance here tonight. That's 10 straight crowds of over 30,000. And we'll wait and see what happens tomorrow. You'd think the weekend series with Cleveland would be a good draw. Guerrero picks it up.
Oh, no. Ooh, be careful.
And now they call safe at second base. Punto's throw to third. They got him there.
Bad decision right there by Anderson.
Well, how on earth do you call the runner?
He never had control of the ball. It was a bad throw by Matt.
But given what we saw in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Because the umpire right here, watch this play. Bad low throw right there. He never had control of the ball.
At least the ball was in his glove.
And a great play by Nick Punto right there, getting Anderson. Bad decision. Looked like Anderson maybe getting a piece of Creedy stepping on that hand and getting tagged out. Right on the knuckles.
So 2 down, a runner at first, and here's Willie Bloomquist. Got down by 6 runs, probably not a good idea to try to advance an extra base.
Well, what Matt did right there, he tried to make the double play himself rather than make sure that he threw a good fastball over the middle of the plate.
Here, at least the ball disappeared in Cabrera's glove a little bit.
Yeah, but he had never control. He just missed this call right here. Reynolds just missed that call. He did not miss the call on Cabrera.
Foul back, 2 strikes. Bloomquist responsible for the only run of the game for Kansas City, a first inning home run.
Yeah, that ball got back to Matt quickly, and what he wants to do in that situation is throw the ball about chest high, and he threw it about ankle high to Cabrera. And luckily Cabrera was okay because Anderson was sliding in hard to break up the double play.
Ball 3rd strike. They scored a fielder's choice error on Cabrera, an assist to the pitcher, and a scoreless 8th inning.
highlights to show you tonight in our Quest Twins Live postgame show, which includes the Toyota postgame wrap. We'll look at Francisco Liriano, the Cisco kid, with a great outing tonight. His 7 strong innings plus reaction from inside the Twins clubhouse. And our instructional on the field tonight is a Fox Sports North All-Star instructional. Mike Greenley, Dan Terhar, Darby Hendrickson, Mike McCullough, might throw a little Kevin Gorgan there. We'll all try to hit the curveball of Bert Blyleven. Bert, you better get that icy hot on the arm right now. Get it warmed up.
Yeah, I'm starting right now.
Here's Justin Morneau facing Jamie Wright, and there's strike 1. Wright will face the middle of the Twins lineup here. Morneau, Kubel, and Kadair. 8-2 final. So if the Twins can at Fenway Park. So if the Twins can wrap this up, they'll be 4 games behind Detroit. That's hit hard to the right field corner, but foul, and nearly got Ron Coomer. There he is with his mouth full and his hands open.
Ron, you don't have to take the out. Throw it all the way back. I want to see. Can you throw a curveball, Ron? Yeah, there you go. Good. I know I'm going to need your help.
Very high to Morneau.
Take a look at Justin trying to get Ron Coomer in the corner.
Incoming.
Now see, if that was closer to Ron, he just would have barehanded it.
2-2. So you got, what, 4 guys you got to pitch to with this curveball? Now if you throw 5 curves to each guy, that's 20.
Very good.
Thank
Is that
you.
Minnesota math?
Three and 2. You got 20 curveballs left in that shoulder?
Guess we'll find out.
Full count to Morneau, leading off the 8th for the Twins.
Jamie Wright, 6'5", 34 years old, in his second stint with the Royals. He was with the Royals back in 2003. Joined them again this year, and that's one thing that has been a problem for him. Now 26 walks in 54 innings pitched.
All right, I said that Jason Kubel or Michael Kadair were going to hit their 20th home runs tonight. We're kind of running out of time here.
Well, they're both coming up here.
Yeah, I know. We're running out of time, though. It's the 8th inning. Probably the last shot each of them will have.
Jamie Wright has given up 8 home runs in 53 2/3 innings.
So ball 1 now to Kubel. Singled in a run, an important one. It was the first run of the ball game for the Twins, and it came with 2 out in the inning. And the Twins added 4 more runs. Since then, Kubel with a bouncer to first and a bouncer to second. Sliced foul, 1-1.
See, he did right there what Ron Coomer would have done. Probably barehanded it.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Imagine that Kubel might be in the lineup tomorrow as a defensive player to allow Mauer to DH. 2-2. Inside and got strike 3.
A good hard slider down and in, and Wright picks up a strikeout.
Twins and Royals tomorrow afternoon at the Dome. Final game of the series, and it's the annual Lerner Library Poster Day. All fans 14 and under will get a poster featuring Twins All-Star Justin Morneau. 12:10 game time tomorrow. Tickets are available at twinsbaseball.com or 833-TWINS. One away. Here's Kadire. Needs to hit one out here. It's a fastball over the inside corner. Kadire singled in the first, made it 2-0. Since then, a strikeout and a flyout. Breaking ball 1-2.
I found my baseball. I'm just going to start loosening up my wrist now.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough. That hurt.
Joe Nathan, who warmed up in the game last night, might get the 9th inning instead of Jeff Matchup. Here's a chopper to third, a fair ball. And a force play at second base. 2 away. Sunday night at Petco Park in San Diego, the nation's best high school baseball players take the national stage in the 7th annual AFLAC All-American High School Baseball Classic. Greg Biggio will be one of the announcers. The high-definition broadcast, 7 o'clock tomorrow on Fox Sports North.
Hey, what's the chance of us having a bag of curveballs down there? I'm wondering if they have a bag of curveballs.
Bag of curveballs?
Yeah.
Ball 1. Now, they make balls that if you try to throw them straight curve, you could use those.
No. At spring training, I always had our bat boy go and ask the umpires when I was pitching that, especially if I wanted to, I wanted the umpires to bring out the bag of curveballs. And so the bat boy would go ask the umpire that, Mr. Blyleven said he wants to throw a lot of curveballs today. He would just like for you to bring out the curveballs. And the umpire would, of course, say, well, I don't have that bag of curveballs. I believe the manager on the other team has. So then the bat boy would go over to that manager, and then that manager would send him maybe to his pitching coach, because maybe they brought along a bag of curveballs. And then from there, the pitching coach would probably send him over to our pitching coach. And by that time, the bat boy's tired. He's tired but he never found that bag of curveballs.
Good night at the plate for Joe Creedy. He's 3 for 3 with a walk. And all this done just to torment some teenage kid.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And also the key to the batter's box, which is very important because a game cannot start until that bat boy finds the key to the batter's box.
Now, I'm sure you got a lot of gullible clubhouse kids to do it the first time. Did you ever get anybody twice?
Well, if they're left-handed, yes, for sure.
Here's Carlos Gomez.
Usually they have, bat boys that are guests for a day. So they're all excited. They want to help out. They just want to, do whatever they can. And those are the guys that we get. Adam Hansen, he's been around. So I don't think I could get him with a bag of curveballs. Now, Ryan, I think I could get him 4 or 5 times with a bag of curveballs.
Well, there's a breaking pitch in the dirt. Olivo can't handle it. Both runners will move up.
I might get him with a key to the batter's box, too. I could have him running all over this place.
1-1 now to Gomez with the Twins moving 2 runners into scoring position with 2 out. Sinking fastball gets a swinging strike. 1-2. Delman Young had another good day at the plate, a ground rule double that helped lead to a 2-run 4th inning. Gomez hit by a pitch, and he'll go to first. Wright's been all over the place with pretty much his full complement of pitches. So now they're loaded up for Nick Punto.
Yeah, that's the 6th hit batsman that he's had this year. To go along with 7 wild pitches. I mentioned last night the Royals staff go a lot of wild pitches. 66 wild pitches. where the opponents have thrown only 24. So Wright getting a piece of Gomez, and he does go to first.
Just outside, ball one. Burgos hit the ball to second 3 times on the ground. High fly to deep right center field. Anderson in the gap makes the catch. Mundo had her a long way towards the notch on the right center field wall. Last night went to the Royals, and tonight, so far, it's gone to the Twins. Marty Gellner, Burt Blylev, and Dick Kramer, and a much better line score to present to Twins fans tonight. And Joe Nathan enters the game to try to make it a quick, quiet, uneventful top of the night.
Well, Joe Nathan, not a save situation, just come in to get some work in. Now, he last pitched, or 2 outings ago, he pitched on July 31st. This is only his second outing here in the month of August. He worked 1 inning in Detroit on Friday. And I guess that's why the Twins are 2-7 so far in the month of August, because this guy, we haven't been able to get to him. Nathan with 29 saves on the year. His last save coming back on July 29th against the Chicago White Sox.
1 strike to Billy Butler. It's one of the tough parts of the job. You have to be ready to go on a nightly basis for a while and then not go for a while. You know, he had that series against Chicago. He got saves in all 3 games when the Twins swept the White Sox here in the last homestand. The Twins simply haven't been able to give him the ball enough since then.
On the month of April, Joe Nathan had a total of 3 saves. In May, 6. In June, he had 11 saves, and then 9 in the month of July, and yet to get one here in the month of August.
Swing and a foul. Nathan hoping to cap off a Twins win here, and all around it's been a good night, and along the way bringing you Twins baseball, trying to help out a good cause, the Boys and Girls Clubs. And if you'd like to find out more information or find it in your heart to contribute some money to the Boys and Girls Clubs, www.boysandgirls.org or 612-435-1900. Butler hanging tough, first batter that Nathan's been asked to It'll be Butler, Olivo, and Caspo. Got him. Came inside, got a call third strike, and Butler struck out 3 times tonight.
All right, went with that slider that went on the inner half of the plate and just caught the corner, says umpire James Hoyle.
Again, with the boys and girls clubs impacting the lives of over 17,000 kids in the Twin Cities area through 7 inner city locations. One gone, and Olivo the hitter. He'll be followed by Caspo. Strike 1.
Yeah, it's been a great ball game for the Twins. They scored early. Liriano pitched a great ball game. Looking for his 5th win of the year. The only thing that I don't like so far, and hopefully they'll change it, is that play that was hit back at Matt Guerrera, and they ended up giving Cabrera an error in the 8th inning. That's not right.
I think the error should have gone to Guerrero.
Well, I don't think there should have been an error, because there was a play. It should have been a fielder's choice. It should have went 1, 6, 4, 5 on the play, a fielder's choice.
Well, somehow you have to allow for the runner. There was a play at second base that wasn't made.
Well, if there was an error to be made, it should have been Matt Guerrero.
And I would agree with that. You've got there was a play that wasn't made at second, so I think you have to allow for the out eventually being recorded at third rather than second.
Cabrera should not have had an error on that play. Hopefully they'll change it.
1-2 to Miguel Olivo. Got him with the same pitch. 2 down.
Well, you don't see Joe Nathan drop down too often, and that's what he did on that breaking ball. Just gave Olivo a different angle. Look at Joe right there. And working the inner half.
It's nice to see Nathan on the mound in the 9th. It's really nice to see Liriano pitch as well as he did through 7.
7 very good innings. Allowed only 3 hits. 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and threw 91 pitches in 7 innings. Outstanding job for Liriano. Did a great job of attacking the strike zone.
And strike 1 to Caspo. Sailing wide, 1-1. Will reach twice against Liriano, and it's been about the best anyone did against Liriano. Nathan clipping that outside corner. It's 1-2.
Only one time this year Nathan has struck out the side in all 3 batters he faced. He did it against the Angels back here in late July. Had a chance to strike out the side here. Fans on their feet.
Down the left field line, turning foul, and Span can't get there. As the Twins look forward to the next 50 games counting tonight, the key might be getting Nathan into the game. I don't think there's much question. He's the best closer among the 3 contenders. Detroit, Chicago, or Minnesota. Twins hope to keep him busy. Inside. 2-2. Strikes out the side. Bauer needs to throw to first. And the Twins even the series at a game apiece.
Well, a well-needed start for Francisco Liriano. And the Twins got it here. He got some offensive help from Joe Crede. A big 3-run home run in the first inning. Twins beat the